Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nigma. I'm bringing you guys patch 2.2.5, a very small patch. I received some complaints last time that I was talking too slow, that it was getting too boring, and so I'm going to try and speed this up for future patches. This patch, however, really nothing much to talk about. You've got a new list of free heroes, you've got the new avatar for Pharaoh, and you've got the new hero Gemini. So I'm going to pop right in here. I've got Pharaoh, looks like an Egyptian goddess, very much like you would expect. All abilities are the same. You've got this. None of the models or anything like that was changed. It's just new sounds for her and new model. So make what you want of that. And we've got Gemini, the new hero coming out this week. Early access, I believe, for 3 weeks. Same as last time. So if you watch the spotlight, you probably know most about him. He's got the damage over time breath that slows. He's got his stun, which also does damage. Very handy. Something people don't know is that the stun, it'll always go maximum range, so you cannot choose how far you want to go. It'll always go maximum range. So it is somewhat of a skill shot, somewhat slightly more difficult to pull off than some people would have you believe, but still all in all relatively easy to pull off. Note that it only does the stun in sort of the top area where you complete the attack, and if I use it sort of like here, I will not stun the scout. So somewhat of a skill shot. We've got Twin Strike, as you know, places 2 orbs because you attack twice. The second attack for 25% of your normal damage. So Frostburn will get 2 charges here. Frostburn, very good item on Gemini. And now I want to talk about his ultimate. Splits you into 2 wolves. The HP and the mana of the wolves is the same as you. So if you're at half-life, half mana, the wolves will both be at half-life, half mana. When they recombine, it's a bit different. So say I have one wolf here that is at full life but not full mana, and I have one wolf that is at full mana but not full life. When I recombine, it'll always give you the higher of the 2, of both. So if I recombine, I got full life and full mana, so that's nice. So something to consider, and it can really help you out because it can really kind of give you the ability to use a wolf to its full potential and then still recombine for full life and full mana. The cooldown of your ult is 60 seconds. There is no cooldown to recombine. You can recombine whatever you want as long as you're in 300 range of the other wolf. Now what I want to talk about is a sort of little wombo combo, because Gemini has lots of burst damage, and so a lot of people think this is like imbalanced or something. I think it's perfectly fine, but take it how you want it. There's a lot of burst damage you can do because these 2 abilities here are not linked with cooldowns for the abilities that your wolves have. So you can use all of the abilities all at once, sort of. So what I like to do is I like to start out with Twin Fangs and go right into Twin Breath right as soon as I land. If you don't have your ultimate yet, I recommend waiting for the stun to wear off before you use the Twin Breath, so you can maximize sort of the stun and the slow. But in this case, I'm going to use the breath right after this Fangs so that the enemy will sort of be completely like disabled and slowed while I bust out my Fire and Ice here, which is going to be the real kicker. So I'm going to be here at sort of max range, going to land my stun, go into Twin Breath, split myself, and then use both breaths of both wolves and their respective leap abilities. So let's see how much damage I can come up with here. And there you have it. So, I mean, this is level 25 Scout, and he just took like over 1,500 damage. I mean, granted, my ult is level 16, I did just bust everything, so that is also something to consider, but still, a lot of burst damage if you can micro it correctly. It's sort of tricky. I recommend you bind the wolves onto hotkeys. I like to have ice number 1, fire number 2. They will always be bound, even if you combine and split again, it'll always be the same bound numbers and whatnot. One more thing, the breath abilities. The breath ability of this wolf will slow, but the breath of this wolf will not slow. It will do damage over time. So this wolf can do more damage with his fire breath slightly, but not slow. So something to consider if you're split up, so don't expect this wolf to slow. Another thing I want to talk about is just being split up and farming. The wolves they're both heroes, basically. They have attributes and whatnot, and they both gain experience and money. So if you split them up, you can sort of farm twice as fast. What I like to sort of do, I like to have my Ice Wolf sort of in the lane, kind of farming, doing his thing, not taking any damage and not spending any mana, whereas I'll have the Firewolf here in the jungle sort of farming. As you can see, he's quite capable. This is the full ult, level 16 ult, so he's having a very easy time farming, but even at level 6 you can sort of do this pretty easily. And as I mentioned before, if you combine again and one of the wolves has full mana and full HP, then you'll still have full HP and mana. So basically, I like to sort of sit in the lane with the Ice Wolf and just kind of, you know, last hit and be careful, and use the Fire Wolf to farm, take damage, spend his mana, and then once he's kind of spent, I'll have him teleport back to this wolf and recombine, and then I've got full HP, full mana, and I've just been farming twice as fast as everybody else. And so, yep, that's pretty much all I have to say about this hero. I like to get Frostburn, Steam Boots. Shrunken Head, also not a bad item for late game. In late game team fights, you're going to be in your normal form, not so much split. I like to use just the Fire and Ice for ganking and farming. And also Savage Mace, a great item. You can also get the Mana Burn if you want from Nullfire Blade. I haven't done it in a game yet. Gemini is agility, so it could work, but I haven't tried it yet. So, so much for Gemini. Thanks for watching.